Ha! Hello, my undead dumplings. I'm Tom.
I'm Galen.
And welcome to your 15 minutes of Fume, presented by Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, the perfume company that we both work for. It's been a very long week. We have no energy left. We're doing a lot of these videos, probably more than people even want to watch. Believe me, I understand. However, it is something for us to do. We have the perfumes, and a few of you seem to have indicated that you are enjoying our work, which is very sweet. And so we persist for our public. And again, like I said, we have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
One of the things that we've been meaning to cover for a while is the Only Lovers Left Alive collection by Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, licensed to the movie by Jim Jarmusch.
Your hands are distracting me. You're just like offering all these gifts.
Yes, it's I have magical power.
Fruit basket.
Bountiful. I had not seen this movie until quarantine.
Yeah.
We released these perfumes, I think it was maybe the year before I started working for the lab, and I had smelled a couple of them over the years, but I had never watched the movie.
Yeah, I think it came out 2014?
Yeah, that's about right. You had already seen it.
I saw it in theaters. And then I hadn't seen it since. So,
we
being able to smell everything and then watch the movie, I was like, wow!
I have to say, so the movie, in case you haven't seen it, we rented it on iTunes, which is an option some people have. The movie is about a pair of glamorous, reclusive freaks facing food shortage issues, which, relatable. And I found it really entrancing. A nice, slow pace, which I love in a dreamy art film full of elaborate designs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge Jim Jarmusch fan. Cue hate mail. But this is probably my favorite film of his that I have seen.
Yeah, I think it's mine. I haven't seen too many of his, but I do like him.
It was just really lovely. And getting to go then and smell these perfumes, which we've had at Lunacy's and whatever all this time, and I've like dabbled in them, but then it's that magical BPAL thing where then you get to go in and kind of find the character intricacies and see how they're represented in scent, which I thought, you know, I'm jaded, I'm used to it. I'm like, now this has been an incredible experience. Now, people need to realize this is, I think, our most expensive collection on the website. Each of the bottles that are left in stock is $32 per bottle. This is not an expense everyone can hazard on a good year, non-plague times. And some of them, like the elusive Eve, played in the movie by Tilda Swinton, are completely out of stock on the site. Who knows if they're ever coming back. But we can smell them for you and let you know what we think.
And torture you with how great it smells.
Should we get things a-rolling?
Let's get a crackin'.
Okay, so we're gonna do the character scents, of which there are 5, and then next week we'll do some of the other scents from the collection. Mm-hmm. So the first one we're doing is Adam, played in the movie by
Tom Hiddleston.
That Tom Hiddleston, who's
a favorite of a lot of people.
BPAL freaks and Tom Hiddleston freaks, there's a lot of overlap.
Venn diagram.
Yeah. All it needs to become complete is for him to become a BPAL freak. So the scent, as listed, says, his perfume possesses the scent of the wood of his guitars, the rosin from his violin bow, the musty wool of neglected oriental carpets, and the plastic, metal, and magnetic tape of his reel-to-reel, the dust that permeates everything.
Remember, he's a sad musician vampire who has been in Detroit for who knows how long, but he has been alive for centuries, and his music is his whole world.
He's a reluctant seamster.
No one understands him. It's super dusty.
It is very... I don't know if I would have paid much attention to this perfume before having seen the movie and spent some time in... A lot of it is set in his house.
Mm-hmm. And it smells like an old dusty house.
It really does. And I know that this is kind of a BPAL stalwart, the old dusty house.
The old dusty house.
We have so many variations on it, but...
I mean, this actually smells like my grandparents' house.
It's sweet and pleasant, and there is a kind of a sophisticated edge to it that comes from someone being a music snob.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to hang out with this person all the time, but I do want to hook up with them occasionally and get to, like, look around in their house, you know? And then report back to all of my poor friends. Now, Eve, which not only is it out of stock, but the page on our website was actually 404'd, so I had to look it up in the forum, and we'll see if we can fix that. The elusive Eve scent. Her scent is one that travels through the eons. Hands. The Irish moss, yarrow, and hawthorn of the Iron Age Britons. Ancient Rome's omphacium and honey, myrrh, and calamus from Egypt. The frankincense and damask roses of the Florentine Renaissance. White sandalwood from the Far East. Moroccan saffron and rosewater, and a swirl of incense from the souks, which means the marketplaces.
She's been alive longer than Adam, but she's way less sad. She's
She
way more
too.
enlightened.
She's a snob also.
She's a snob.
The movie's about snobs.
She loves to read.
Ooh.
She's been everywhere. She's seen everything. She's read everything.
I love this. This is one of the things that makes her character bearable in the movie, is that she's a reader.
Yeah.
You know, she's not just like bringing the books to show off. She's actually agonizing over what she's going to read on her voyage.
Yeah.
Do they even show her actually reading?
No, she does. I don't think she actually reads on the voyage,
That
but
is
all she
so
packs are
relatable.
books.
Yeah, I do
No
this all
clothes.
the time. I take a trip, I pack a bunch of books, I end up buying some trash paperback somewhere along the way at like a library sale, and I never touch anything that I brought with. Oh, this is so beautiful. It really reminds me, it's like a smell of traveling to far off places.
Yeah.
I can't pick out too many of the individual notes other than the saffron.
Right.
And maybe
saffron and like roses and rosewater is
frankincense.
mostly what I get.
Is that was it listed?
And like a kind of honey. I know that honey is in there. Honey myrrh.
Yeah.
I think.
But it's just blended so exquisitely, and there's just like little firework bursts of individual scents that just kind of swirl together. Number 3 is Kit. Kit is a scent as soft and dry as bone. Mysore sandalwood, a tattered and patched 16th century waistcoat, ink-stained, still scented with the marjoram and benzoin dry perfumes of his youth. That is because Kit in the movie, spoiler a little bit, is actually Shakespeare.
He's Christopher Marlowe, who in the movie is responsible for Shakespeare's works.
Right.
And countless other authors' works.
Yes, that's right.
The twang of the Shakespeare mythos.
So he is actually just like this undead literary figure who is still working and laboring as if nothing has happened.
And played by first alien casualty, the wonderful John Hurt.
Oh.
This is actually the scent that made me change my stance on sandalwood, which I was not really a fan of before, but the moment I smelled this, I was like, well, I think I do like sandalwood. Like
This smells
this
to
has
me
proven me otherwise.
like someone's like dressing table and closet, you know?
Yeah.
Truly, you get like there's like a garment, like a fabric smell,
Yeah.
and grooming materials,
Yeah.
but it smells ancient.
Ancient.
Yeah. Fascinating. It's a very mellow and sweet sandalwood. It's not super woody.
Yeah, the benzoin really sweetens everything up. Everything smells like very lived in.
It's magical. Next we have Ava, which is the kid sister character to Tilda Swinton, played by...
Mia Wasikowska.
Thank you for saying that.
If I pronounced it correctly.
Her scent is utterly contemporary, and like her personality, it is impulsive, capricious, and dangerous. Voluptuous and brittle, lovely and toxic, a sheer vanilla musk with tuberose, red mandarin, and the sweet poison of white almond. You wear this one quite a bit.
I do. I love it.
It smells so wonderful in you.
Oh, I can actually already smell it.
It's just in your brain.
It might be.
So again, this is one of those scents where without knowing that she's like the bratty kid sister in the movie,
Yeah.
I wouldn't really get it. And now that I smell it, it's just like that bitch.
That fluffy
That
white
bitch
coat
in a bottle.
and
Yeah.
her little floral vintage party dress.
Oh, it's just so wonderful. It's very charming.
Yeah.
But it of course completely lacks like the depth and the mystery of the Eve one.
Yeah.
I just love this.
Yeah. It's mischievous and fun and sweet And kind of heady and just like, oh my god, I love it.
Ian is a flicker of hero worship, tempered by naivety and innately kind nature. Shaggy, leather, sweet rum absolute, and patchouli. Again, without knowing the character, I would have just, whatever, I'm sure he's a cool guy in a movie. But then when you see kind of what, like, a sweet dope he is.
Yeah, played in the film by the big old sweetie Anton Yelkin.
And it's just a kind of a, like, robust, hapless, kind of like a clumsy, guileless scent in that it's just kind of, like, more robust and human and earthy than the other ones in the collection.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a guy.
Just a guy. He goes to rock shows, wears that old leather coat, has some whiskey drinks.
It does smell fun. It definitely smells like it is...
He's like a,
It's like a boozy night out.
Yeah.
So we didn't save very much time for the smelling portion of... But the perfumes are on our bodies, and we're just kind of going to whisk through them as quickly as we can. And I can post updates in a comment.
Speed smelling.
Adam, on the skin... Oh, it is leathery and moody. I'm definitely getting more of a, like, the person and less of the house.
Yeah. The dust is calming down on you. Other things are kind of coming
This
up
is like what it smells like to actually make out with the person who lives in that house.
Yeah.
I'm, like, gonna, like, make out with my hand. And then I've got... What do you got?
I've got Kit on my hand. And overall, just, the sandalwood... really lays down that nice blanket, but the other thing is just kind of...
There's almost like a clay smell to it.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's just maybe like the earthiness of it is kind of giving a clay quality. Do you want to smell it again? What are you figuring out?
It's like kind of like a little spicy, dusty, smoky.
Yeah.
With like a kind of like a cool, earthy note, which is like, I guess what I'm reading is clay, but I don't know what it is in the blend. So I'm wearing Eve. Oh my gosh, it is this elegant, it's like the saffron rose spice, and it's like this dangerous woman who will cut you down and eat you and then write a really eloquent journal entry about it afterward.
That sounds about right.
Like it has a really soft edge to it, but the edge is unmistakable.
Yeah. Uh-oh, here comes trouble.
Uh-oh, you've got the Ava.
It's Ava. And then on the skin, I think that the mandarin pops out a little bit more.
Oh, wow.
Than it does in the bottle.
Yeah, there's just kind of something kind of lustrous about it.
Yeah, it's...
Like it's glossy.
It's glossy, yeah.
And it's not as completely cheap and superficial as the description makes it. I mean, it really does have... a kind of a melancholy aspect to it underneath.
Yeah.
I love it. Did you put on the last one?
The rum has really worn off, and it is mostly like a patchouli.
Ooh, it's definitely kind of like a woodier.
Did I say rum? I meant with whiskey. The
oh,
alcohol
wow.
has burned off, and it's more of a rooty patchouli.
And does that have leather in it also?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But it's like the guy who tags along with this guy.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's the alive version
I want
of
them to make out.
Come on, Jarmusch.
I know, all the wrong priorities. I don't even think that Tilda's character would have minded. She would have just been like,
watched.
And then just so you know, I mean, for example, we have, next week, we've got all of the soundtrack scents and the other, like, plot point scents, including the blood popsicle, which is, like, a longtime favorite of so many people, which is the smell of the blood popsicle that they have in the movie.
Yeah.
This we will talk about on Monday, and I probably won't stop smelling it until then. So.
Yeah.
That is really, literally all the time we have for you today. Thank you for listening to us blather about the exotic oils that we have slathered on our bodies and are smelling together.
We are a melange of old vampires.
I hope you spend the weekend doing the exact same thing.
Bye!